Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by super lightweight Tyrone McKenna. Tyrone, how you doing?
Well, good. Just finished my sessions of the day and chilling in the hotel room. Bored.
Well, I'm glad we can alleviate some of that boredom, if only briefly.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you in the ring since the Golden Contract final back in September last year. Obviously, a bitter pill to swallow. Very, very tight, very close defeat, but to a long-time rival in Ohara Davies. Have you been able to watch it back since?
No, I haven't watched it. I've tried to watch it a few times, and it just frustrates me watching it. Obviously, I thought it won. The judges seen something different. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to get better over the result. But I haven't watched it. I can't bring myself to watch it.
Were there any kind words exchanged between the two of you after the verdict? You know, after everything that had happened?
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
What is it, sorry?
Yeah, I said, were there any kind words exchanged between the two of you after the verdict, given everything that had come before?
No, I just listen. Boxing's boxing. It's just business and sport. I think after you have a 10-round fight with someone and the decision's whatever the decision is, the previous beef and the previous animosity goes away. You have to respect the fighter. You got in, I got in, he got in. We done what it said we were going to do, and at the end of the day, it's just a sport. So you have to forget that bygones be bygones and forget the grudges.
And you can tell us now, the car park altercation, was that 100% on the level?
I know it was 100%. Like during when there is heated moments in boxing, it's not fake. I mean, I wanted to fight that man, and I knew I was fighting him. And the build up over years of animosity and shouting at each other and calling each other bums and stuff, you do hate the guy. You do start begrudging him and not liking him, and it is real. But at the end of the day, it is business as well. So once the fighting's done and everything's finished, then what's the point in hating someone?
Yeah, that's a fair point. And you've got a chance to bounce back pretty quickly as well. 3rd of April. Zhankosh Turarov, if I've pronounced that correctly, God knows. Kazakhstan, bit of a weird one because Kazakhstan's known as kind of an amateur powerhouse, but he went into the pros when he was very young. So it's hard to get a read on any pedigree he might possess, but he is 24-0, but that's been amassed over, 12 years, so he hasn't been the most active. Where do you assess this fight in terms of the other people you've competed against so far?
As you say, it's hard to assess because there's no real background to them. It's like a Kazakhstan fighter you usually see, right? They've been around the circuit and the world scene in amateurs and stuff, but he hasn't. He literally went from no amateur experience to turning pro, and he's doing well, but he hasn't really fought anyone. So it's hard to gauge whether he's just hype or whether he is actually a very good fighter. So there's a lot of question marks on Turarov, and is he what everyone says he is? Is he a hype job or is he not? And I believe I'm gonna answer those questions on Fight Night. So it's exciting. I mean, he looks good. He looks solid when you watch his videos. He looks like a decent fighter. He looks like he does carry power, but there's a lot of downsides to the way he fights and a lot of things you can exploit. And I think I personally am all wrong for Turarov. I'm a high pace southpaw, 6'1", and I just don't think he's gonna like the kind of fight that I bring.
And regardless of your views on the result against Davies, and you said you haven't watched it back, but are there things that when you were in there you feel you could have improved on, just from memory, I suppose?
Well, not that I could have improved on, but like I went there with a game plan of boxing and moving because he is a heavy-handed fighter, and I thought I was winning the fight by doing that. Maybe I wasn't doing enough throwing punches, but I thought what I was landing was better than his, and I was landing more, and I thought that was winning me the fight. So, and I felt sometimes if I engaged more and pushed him back, I would have maybe got the rounds easier or a little lean towards me. But at the time, I thought I was winning. I was winning. The game plan was going well, so I wouldn't change anything the way I fought because that's what I thought was working. But looking back on it in hindsight, yes, I probably would have rather went to war and maybe won that way. But at hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. You can't like in the moment. I thought I was winning the fight, so I wouldn't have changed in the moment.
And the fight with Turarov is obviously on the big world title bill. Carl Frampton, Jamel Herring out in Dubai as well. Do you still get excited about the occasion aspect of boxing, or have you too long in the tooth for that now?
No, that's everyone wants to be on big shows. I mean, this is a historic night for Carl Frampton, Belfast boxing. So to be part of that is unbelievable. I mean, originally I was a headline show over in Dubai. I was excited about it. I was buzzing for that fight, but to get placed on this kind of show, it does bring a massive element of excitement to it, and you always want to be on the big shows. So the bigger show, the more buzzing you be. But when it comes down to fighting, I mean, it could be in this hotel room for all I care. It's going to be the same on the night. It's going to be two men in the ring fighting. So the occasion is great, but you see even with a crowd as well, there's no crowd. So it's a massive card, but there's like usually there'd been 10,000 people watching or more.
Yeah.
And now there isn't. It's going to feel like a club fight anyway. But it is great to know that there is a lot of eyes, a lot of Irish people back home, a lot of UK fighters or UK population and US going to be tuning in to watch it. So a big platform for me to showcase my skills.
Do you usually stay in a hotel during your camps?
Yeah, unfortunately, to stay here 10 weeks before fights. It's not bad. Like it's not the worst. It's a hotel room with like a kitchenette, so it's not the worst setup in the world. And then I have a food company that delivers me food, so it's not the worst.
Well, I won't feel too sorry for you then. What sort of stage are you at now in camp? Because there's 10 days or a little bit more than that to go till the fight now.
Not long left now. I think my last spar will be Wednesday here. I'm flying fit. I don't think you can get any fitter.
Well, you look unmarked, so presumably sparring's going well.
I'm not even joking. My sparring's going unbelievable. I'm so fit. Because I was supposed to be fighting the 12th of March as well. My weight, my fitness, everything just been like I was already fit enough for the 12th. And my weight was already good for the 12th, but then I got an extra 3 weeks, so I've just added to what I already had, and I'm just 100% ready to go now. So at the minute, I'm having my last few spars, my last few hard sessions. I go home on Wednesday, pack, and then go to Dubai on the weekend.
A bit of a delicate question for any fighter hailing from Northern Ireland, but I feel I should ask it. Have you got any interest whatsoever in the British title?
Nah, nothing. I don't know. I can't even get the British title, to be honest. I have an Irish boxing license. I don't have a British boxing license, so can't fight for it.
But you wouldn't be interested anyway, presumably.
Nah, no.
But that's what I mean. Well, it's always delicate. Like Carl Frampton won it, didn't he? But some Irish fighters want to compete for it, some don't.
It's not that I'm saying I wouldn't want to compete for it. I mean, I've a childhood friend of mine, Kakachi. He won it there, and he's from the exact same area as me. So, and you know, it's a beautiful belt. But at the minute, like it's not a belt that I'm sought after. I don't want to go for. It's not because I'm Irish. I don't want to go for it. It's nothing to do with that.
And just while we're on the subject of the British title, there was supposed to be a fight for it at your weight this weekend, which has fallen out of bed, unfortunately, between Sam Maxwell and Akeem Ennis-Brown. How did you see that one going, obviously, before today's news?
I was excited about that fight because of obviously Sam Maxwell, I sparred loads of him, and I'd say he's the hardest hitting like welter in the UK, without a doubt. And Ennis Brown looks like the most awkward fighter in the world.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to Tyrone McKenna, the way the box just moving and picking nice shots. So it was kind of like was Sam Maxwell going to knock him out, or was Akeem Ennis Brown going to absolutely outbox him and make it too awkward for Sam? So I actually didn't know what way I was going to go, but that was the two. It was either Akeem Ennis Brown points or Sam Maxwell. No, it was my. I was excited, but
you've subtly sat on the fence there, haven't you? I can let you off because it's not happening. So it's all right. If it was still going ahead this weekend, I'd have to press you for a prediction.
Yeah. No prediction.
So what's your plan in terms of where you're getting to that world level or European title? How do you see yourself getting back up to where you want to be?
Well, obviously this is for the WBO Intercontinental, so I win that, I absolutely batter Turarov, and that puts me top 10, top 5 for the WBO. And obviously Taylor and Ramirez are fighting for the WBO. Apparently they're going to move up with, so vacant belts all the way around. And I mean, Jack Harrell's number 1 for the WBO belt. He can say he wants to fight me. I'll be number 5, number 6. I'm a UK fighter. He's fought me before. It was an entertaining fight the first time, so why not
have a rematch? A chance to avenge one of the defeats on your record as well.
Exactly. It's been in my head since this fight's been in this. As like WBO Intercontinental gets to be good ranking, and then I mean Jack Harrell does deserve his first title shot, so he get one up.
Your sound's going a bit on and off. I think you've got your finger over the microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's better. I've done it myself a few times. Yeah, that would be a great fight to look forward to. Assuming you, as you say, batter Turarov. I'm assuming you'd just be glad to beat him regardless. But yeah,
anyway,
on the cards. I mean,
listen, but I actually believe it's going to be a stoppage. I believe I'm going to prove a point. Let's fight. I've got in my head whole fight. This whole camp that I'm going right to prove a massive statement, to show a massive statement. Sorry.
And are you getting that feedback from your team in camp as well, that you're looking better than ever, that you're beating previous scores on things you do, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone always says it, like, oh, it's the best camp I've had and all. Yeah. But so I hate to be a cliche, but you know what? It's just been unbelievable. Like the sparring. Usually, you always miss something out in the end camp, whether it's I didn't do enough weights, I didn't get on the roads enough, I didn't get good sparring. But this camp's been genuinely everything. The sparring's been unbelievable. The dieting's been perfect. The roads running has been perfect. Everything's been perfect. So, and I've had an extra 3 weeks to get even better. So, I'm ready for whatever Turarov wants.
Stuff. And I can't let you go without inquiring about boxing's best known bromance. How much have you seen of the other Tyrone in recent times?
He's been down. Because he's hoping that obviously he had that medical scar where he had I don't know what it was, but he's back down. He's training like fuck, trying to get the weight off. He's about my weight at the minute. But he can't come to Dubai with me as well. So, yep, bromance is still there. He's not here at the week this week, but he's been here previous weeks.
So, can we expect to see some sort of special occasion at the press conference out in Dubai?
I don't know about.
Got a plan?
I don't even know if there is a press conference. Is there?
Oh, I don't know. There should be, if it means you guys are going to get up to your old shtick. It's what we want to see.
No, that's what I miss. That's what I miss.
Yeah, well, that's what we all miss. Get the band back together. That's what we want to see. Not just behind closed doors.
That's it.
Good stuff. All right, well, I really appreciate your time. I look forward to watching the fight on the 3rd of April against Turarov. Not sure who's showing it in the UK. I'm joking, of course, it's IFL. But I don't want to give them too much of a plug. They have enough. They have everything. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to watching the fight, as well as obviously the history-making, potentially, main event. But
No
best of
problem.
luck rounding off camp.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully we'll speak again after the fight and we can publicly celebrate a victory.
That's it. Donnie, you're a legend. Thank you.
Well, yeah, you're right. All right, mate. Take care. Speak to you soon.
Yeah.